Okay, so how do we get the answer? Well, clearly the big seed of tactical destruction here is that Black's back rank is weak. Um, he's got the possibility of being mated here if White can get to the back rank. Of course, if White plays the immediate rook c8 check, then your board vision should tell you that queen takes c8 is sufficient. And that also tells you that even though the white queen is attacked, if you try a move like queen takes d5, it doesn't do anything because moving the rook from the e file to the d file doesn't deflect the queen off of c8. So we need kind of a different idea on that. Well, what can White do? Well, suppose White does nothing. If he plays a5, then Black says, okay, I'm stopping the mate. I'll take your queen. How did that help you? So doing nothing is clearly not the right idea. So White has to try something where he can try to make some progress. Well, he can't double on the c file to create any kind of threats because the pawn can just take the queen. So it looks like he needs to do something else. Well, suppose we play queen h5 trying to deflect the pieces. These kind of moves often solve the problem. Well, checkmate in one, that'll tend to do it. So that doesn't work. All right, and of course that means a lot of random moves don't work. If White plays queen almost anywhere except taking along that diagonal, then even if he threatens this mate with queen c3, queen g2 is mate. So that is a pretty good hint because it narrows down what White could really try to do here. So queen takes d5 doesn't work. If he plays rook to c8 check first to deflect the queen, that really doesn't do anything. Obviously, if he plays a move like bishop to d4 to try to deflect the rook, then simply bishop takes f3 and the mate's still guarded. So all these basic ideas just don't work. Well, what can White do? Well, let's start looking at ways that White can try to get the rook to the 8th rank. We looked at queen h5 and we saw that got mated, but that's not the only move that might do something. And finally I came up with this strange move, g4. g4 simply blocks the queen from stopping the mate. And it also threatens to play queen takes h3. And strangely, Black has no defense against both those. If he takes the queen with either the bishop or the queen, then rook checks, rook e8, rook takes his mate. If he, plays h6 to stop the mate, White simply takes the queen. And really, Black has not much he can do. If he deflects the rook with check, White takes. And now Black's got all the same problems. Take the queen, and rook to e8 is mate. Now in a real game, these moves like rook e1 check very often come in, but here of course it's a puzzle and it's going to have an answer. So the answer is the very strange g4 idea, which is the reason why it took me a little time to solve this the first time I saw this puzzle, because I don't remember seeing a puzzle that was extremely similar to this before. I mean, I've seen a lot of back rank mate problems, but not quite like this. So when I did that, I said, I may be a master, but I don't think I've ever seen a problem quite like this. I've seen problems obviously vaguely similar, but not nearly similar.